as you may know, my 2011 black Ford Crown Victoria had a lot of paint issues. Really, the entire thing had been spray painted, and the first time I took it through the automatic car wash, half of it fell off. It had me really discouraged, I noticed it a lot, and I care about the look of my car. So I had three options. I could get it painted, I could get it wrapped, or I could sell it and get a new one. And that's exactly what I did. This is my new to me 2006 Ford Crown Victoria. It's a few years older, but I absolutely love it. I think it's so much better than the other one. It doesn't have, in some ways it has less, and in other ways it has more. Where it has less, it doesn't have the cop look. It doesn't have the police look. The stance, the look, the scariness when you pull up behind someone and they're going 120 on the highway and they slam on the brakes. It just isn't there. This isn't a police car, but I don't believe it should be compared to a police car, because it isn't one. This one in particular was owned by an older engineer near Nanaimo, BC. With that, he didn't put any hard miles on it. It's not like he was going cross country or jumping over curbs like cops might. So, and since Nanaimo is an island, you can't really go very far unless you spend money and go on a ferry. This one has 130,000 kilometers on it. I don't know how many miles that is. It'll be somewhere over here. It's only got 130,000 kilometers on it. That's barely anything. For a Crown Victoria, that's in its infancy. These things can go for hundreds of thousands of kilometers. I've seen ones with 5, 6, 700,000 kilometers. What's 100,000 really? It is a 2006, so it's older than the other one, but Crown Victorias don't change. You could buy a 1998, you could buy a 2011. From the outside, they look the same. The only way you can really tell is the headrests. They changed them throughout between 1998 and between 2011. 1998 ones were small. Earlier 2000, 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I can't remember what the exact years are. The headrests were a little bit bigger. Then 2010 and 11, they had really big headrests. Other than that, not much dates this car. It's a 2006, but you wouldn't really be able to decipher if it was a 2011 or a 1998. This one has a lot more of the creature comforts that the other one didn't have. It's got leather seats, it's got wood trim, it's fancy. It's got power seats, it's got digital climate control, it's got cruise control from the factory, it has keyless entry from the factory so I don't have to go all the way to Calgary and install that myself. Video somewhere up there. Instead of just talking about some of these features, how about I show you around? One of my absolute favorite pieces of technology with most newer Fords is this. The keyless entry so that you can just jump in your car and go. Number one, you can lock your car quickly if you put your keys in your pocket already, or just don't feel like hitting the lock button with the two buttons at the end. And you've locked your car. If you want to unlock it, you type in your secret code. No offense, but I don't want you guys to see my secret code. And you have one door unlocked. If you want to unlock all of them, you should be able to hit 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, and it'll unlock your entire car. I probably have to do it quicker, and I will do that. And to open the trunk, you hit 6. Now this is really pertinent to all Crown Victorias, but still one of my absolute favorite features is the absolutely humongous trunk. You can literally fit multiple people in here.
Inside.
Hey! Get back in!
My dripping water on me.
Hey, get out.
Yeah, your head is pushing on the door.
People were in there.
4? 5? 5 people, yes.
Get out, Brody. You okay? Matthew got to that spot.
I didn't even know Matthew was there.
Oh,
The hinges are just crunching down in there.
Another thing I love about the civilian model is power seats. This comes in some police versions as well, but if you get one, especially from a small detachment that has a low budget, they're going to be trying to pinch as many pennies as they can, not getting cruise control, not getting power seats. They're bare bones. And this one is not. Has power seats, you can adjust your seat at your leisure. if you so desire to move it up or down, or your back if it's, you know, a bit too leaned back, you can feel free to push it forward. If you're a bit too upright, you can push it back a bit. Absolutely love them. Another thing that I love about this car that my other one didn't have is I have the ability to adjust my temperature from the steering wheel. So if it's just a bit too frigid in the car, with the flick of a thumb, I can adjust the temperature. Now, I can't adjust the fan, but I can adjust the temperature, and I'm happy with that. I can also peruse at what the outside temperature is. And if I'm too depressed that it's only 7 above outside, I can head back to the 32 above that it is in here. Even though I'm wearing a black wool coat and roasting my bag off. Now, I've put in an aftermarket stereo here, but the original one had a cassette player. Who uses cassettes? Even in 2006, who uses cassettes? Well, I guess, yeah, this car was kind of pinpointed at older people. But still, a cassette player? Like, really? Another thing that I love about this car is that it has a digital speedometer. I don't want to demonstrate it right now because I'm holding my phone, but it has a digital speedometer, which is awesome. You don't have to pay attention to some analog gauge. You can just look down at your digital speedometer. It also has multiple trip computers. So if we go here, you can see trip A, trip B. You can see that however many kilometers you have till empty, your average fuel mileage, and whether or not your fuel mileage is good or bad. Or you can just turn it all off. Now, driving this car isn't very much different from the Police Interceptor. It doesn't rev as high as the Police Interceptor because the Police Interceptor is designed to be able to switch gears quickly and to be at a higher RPM so that if you need to catch up with someone quickly, you can do that. Therefore, this car also gets a lot better gas mileage. My other one, I was getting about 17 to 19 miles per gallon. This one, I haven't gotten lower than 25 miles per gallon. And that's awesome. I love that. It means it's significantly cheaper on fuel than the other one. I can go just about between 600 and 800 kilometers on a tank, whereas the other one I could only go 400. I went to Calgary and back. I fueled up in Calgary, and I fueled up when I got home. Calgary is about 400 kilometers from my house. It's also a little bit smoother. Not a lot. The other one, you know, it's not like it was uncomfortable, but this one's just a little bit more comfy. It's got softer seats. It's got smoother suspension. It's just generally a bit more comfy than the other one. Other than that, these cars are very similar. I mean, they're both built on the exact same platform. The only thing is this one's designed for a civilian rather than a police officer. And therefore, it's designed to do a lot, you know, different things than a police car is. Anyways, that's about all. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have a good one.
Nice.